In the quiet of New York's subway at midnight, a homeless man sat silently. A group of thugs broke the calm, swaggering into the carriage. The thug then turned his attention to the homeless man, snatching his bottle of booze. At first, the homeless man played along, pretending to submit, but then he struck with lightning speed, flooring the thugs in an instant. They were left crying for mercy as they sprawled on the ground. Soon enough, both sides were hauled off to the police station. When Police Captain Carter saw the thugs, she was unimpressed. They were a familiar sight, but after reviewing the surveillance footage, she immediately realized the homeless man was no ordinary drifter. His skills were far too sharp for a regular guy. Carter tried probing him, but he revealed nothing. Finally, she pretended to be helpful and handed him a glass of water, secretly collecting his fingerprints. The comparison revealed that his prints had appeared at several crime scenes in recent years, and he was wanted in 4 countries. Meanwhile, a lawyer arrived at the station, posting bail for the homeless man and taking him to meet a mysterious figure. The moment Finch saw him, he revealed his identity: Reese, a former CIA operative who faked his death 2 months ago to leave the organization after growing disillusioned. Reese had been drowning his sorrows in alcohol ever since, unable to move past the loss of the girl he loved.
Mr. Reese, I know about the work you used to do for the government. I know that the government, along with everybody else, thinks you're dead. I know you've spent the last couple of months trying to drink yourself to death.
Reese stepped forward and asked him who he was. The man led Reese to the city center. The man explained, in New York City, with its population of over 8 million, one person will die every 18 hours. He held a list containing the names of individuals who would soon be caught up in danger. One name stood out at the top of the list: Henson. What role she would play in the unfolding events, whether as a victim or a perpetrator, was something the man wanted Reese to find out. However, Reese showed no interest after hearing all of this. Without a word, he turned and walked away. Back at his hotel, the TV was broadcasting news about Reese being wanted. The arrest warrant showed his appearance as a homeless man, but now, he had shaved off his beard and transformed into a dashing, clean-cut man. Reese lay on the bed, sipping whiskey and watching the TV, until he eventually drifted off to sleep. When he woke up again, he found himself tied to the bed. From the room next door, he could hear the heart-wrenching cries of a woman pleading for help. Reese shattered the mirror, used a shard to cut the ropes, and burst through the door. But outside, there was only a tape recorder playing and Finch sitting calmly nearby. "This is a recording from 3 years ago," Finch said. "A man killed his wife in cold blood to claim her insurance money. You couldn't save her, just like you couldn't save the woman you loved when she was murdered." It turned out while Reese's lover was killed, he had been on the other side of the world, carrying out a mission. The guilt had haunted him ever since, driving him to drown his sorrows in alcohol and live as a drifter. Finch then pulled out a photo of Henson.
"It's not too late for her. You could help me stop what's about to happen. The question is, will you?"
Finch took Reese to his secret base and provided him with multiple new identities. On the wall of the secret hideout, there's a list of social security numbers and case details. Reese wonders where these names come from.
You are being watched. The government has a secret system, a machine that spies on you every hour of every day. I know because I built it.
Turns out, after September 11th, the US government secretly started monitoring citizens' emails and phone calls. Finch built a machine to analyze this data and help prevent terrorist attacks. But along the way, he realized the machine could see all crimes, not just terrorism. Major threats that could cause mass casualties were flagged for the FBI. But crimes involving ordinary people were classified as irrelevant and erased at midnight. Finch couldn't stand by and do nothing while innocent people were in danger. So, he built himself a secret backdoor, giving him access to the so-called irrelevant social security numbers. To act on this intel, he hired people like Reese to step in and stop these crimes, but they never knew if the person on the list was a victim or a perpetrator.
Samuel Gates.
He is a righteous judge who has made countless enemies, making it highly likely that he is the victim. Reese begins tracking and investigating him. He notices several men following the judge. One of them, looking particularly suspicious, suddenly tosses his phone away. Reese steps forward and picks it up. Turns out, the criminal was targeting the judge's son.
Hey, Christina!
Reese rushes to the judge's house. But he's outnumbered and fails to stop the kidnapping. The family's nanny is dead, most likely forced to give up the security code before the kidnappers broke in and took the boy. Reese pulls a bullet from the wall at the crime scene and calls 911. But just as he's leaving, a neighbor spots him and tips off the police. This brings Cop Carter, who has been chasing him for a while, straight to the scene. But after analyzing the ballistics, the police realizes the shooter used a silencer. That's not typical for a crime of passion. It feels more like the work of a professional hitman. The police run a ballistic test on the bullet from the crime scene, but there's no match in the system. The trail goes cold. Meanwhile, the judge is unable to seek help due to the kidnapper's threats. Seeing this, Reese approaches him and promises to rescue his son. Just then, the kidnappers contact the judge.
Hello? You all alone?
They demand the judge throw out Angela Markham's hit-and-run case. Angela is an account manager at a tech company. 6 weeks ago, she was charged with DUI after hitting and killing someone in a parking lot. But what does she have to do with the kidnappers? Finch hacks into the phone company's firewall and uses the location data from the thrown-away phone to track down the address of the first suspicious man who was following the judge. The tattoo on the man's chest indicates he belongs to an Eastern European street gang called SP9.
How long has it ever taken me to break someone in 16 hours? You don't look like you're gonna set a record. Wanna talk?
Unfortunately, the man is just a low-level thug and doesn't know much. He only gives up one location. When Reese gets there, he finds no sign of the boy. The room only contains $500,000 in small bills. Meanwhile, the judge is stalling in court, trying to buy time while calming the kidnappers. He tells them he's just trying to wrap things up to prevent the prosecution from appealing. Finch, on the other hand, is digging into Angela's connection with SP9. By tapping her phone, Finch uncovers Angela's tech company developed software to track money laundering. Every morning at 5 a.m., Angela shuts the software down for 3 minutes, letting millions of dirty dollars flow into the bank. SP9 doesn't just launder their own money. They've also roped in hundreds of clients to do the same. Finch finds 34 accounts linked to the company, and the money from those accounts is being funneled into yachts, planes, and properties in New York. One of these properties is near the judge's house, and it was purchased just 2 days before Angela went to court. It's highly likely the judge's son is being held there. At this point, the judge, terrified by the threatening photo the kidnappers sent, knows he can't delay any longer. He drops the key video evidence in Angela's case, leading to her release. Reese tracks down the house where the child is being held, but he's too late. The boy has already been taken. Meanwhile, the kidnappers contact the judge again, showing they never had any intention of letting either of them go. With no other option, the judge goes alone to meet them.
Dad!
Sam! No! I'll let you say goodbye.
In a high-stakes move,
Stop!
Reese not only kidnaps Angela, but also has Finch transfer all the dirty money from those accounts into an overseas account. Reese warns the kidnappers, if they don't release the child, things will end very badly for them.
Judge, is he all right?
Yeah.
Then take him home.
In the end, Finch left the evidence of SP9's crimes with the lawyer. She, along with the police, raided SP9's hideout and arrested everyone involved in the case.